Pop metal.
All right, welcome back to Top Metal Show. This is Ozzy's Top 5 Special, and I'm hot.
Hartman.
Jerry.
And do you want to just show them the...
Well, let's save that.
Oh, we'll save it.
We'll
All right.
save that.
All right, so
I'll add a little story to that.
we said this was the Ozzy special, so we're doing top 5. We did top 5 Jakey Lee years. We're doing Ozzy's top 5 whole career.
Whole career.
And you're going to have to read off that list because my top 5's in my Spotify playlist. So
So you're going to need your phone back.
yeah, I'm going to need my phone back.
All right.
But anyway, we did post everybody Facebook
This was off of
Group.
the Facebook group.
That's off YouTube.
This is off YouTube, okay. So we got a Facebook group and a couple off of YouTube. So on YouTube end of it, we had Shauna, that we only let them pick one.
Yeah.
So this was very hard for them.
Yeah, but we had a little bit easier. It was still hard.
Well, yeah.
I can't even
okay.
imagine
Yeah.
have to pick one.
Yeah, I'm sure it was difficult. All right, so from the YouTube side of it that responded, Shauna had Road to Nowhere, Dave McKay had Mr. Crowley, and Kent over Prestonberry had Mr. Crowley. Do you need that back?
No, maybe.
And then from the Facebook group, Mr. Mike Hardesty had The Ultimate Sin, as well as Scott Weingard. Brian Christ said Time After Time. Angela Van Fosen says Mama, I'm Coming Home. Mike May says Breaking All the Rules, Bark, and Over the Mountain. That's 3, not 1, but that's okay. Let's see. Get that off there. All right, so then I'm probably going to butcher this name. Releni. I'm not sure. Van der Zon. Black Sabbath is Paranoid, or Ozzy Osbourne, Under the Graveyard. That's a good song too.
Yeah. And you can go back and
Dee
watch that.
Price had Killer Giants. That was one of the songs I picked on the Jakey Lee years. Jason Klein says Diary of a Madman. Tony Gamble says See You on the Other Side, and for his late brother, and Fumi Little Wing. Perry Mason, but he's got Fred attached with that too.
Yeah. Well, and he's got some more. There's some more because Lil Wing had Sin.
Previous.
View previous. I would.
I would talk previous.
One right.
Previous comments.
Oh, there, okay. Oh, here, look, there's more.
There is a lot
Well,
more.
wait, there's more.
There's more to that too.
Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and click that a couple more times here because we got a shit pile of them. All right, so now we got a bunch more. Hey, Doug Wells says Diary of a Madman. Rob Ford says You Can't Kill Rock and Roll. Ray Farley says Over the Mountain with Diary of a Madman as the second close. Derek Tyree says Shot in the Dark. He says I have many I like, but always like this song. Josh Whittington says he agrees with Derek, but Shot in the Dark is one of his favorites. Little Wing says Sin. Hey, this guy right here says Bloodbath in Paradise
No,
for Billy.
no.
For Billy.
Billy.
And Crazy Babies or Desire for Me. Doug Miller says Mama, I'm Coming Home. Great song. Brian Chris, Mama, I'm Coming Home. Kevin Hottinger says No More Tears. The lead in that song is still my favorite lead to date.
And I put.
And you said, agree, favorite Zach Solo of all time. This guy over here says, Mama, I'm Coming Home. Chris Anderson, Perry Mason, probably not heavy enough for most, but I love it.
We love you,
All that
Chris.
matters. We love you, baby. Mike McKay, excuse me. All Good, but Mr. Crowley, or Let's Hear It, Crazy Train. Which I was getting ready to say, I'm sure Crazy Train's going to be hitting hard, and here it is, Amanda Riggleman and John Page, but he also says War Pigs. David Brannon says Road to Nowhere. Brian Weaver's No More Tears. Steve Good says Fly High Again. Tracy Robinson is Mr. Crowley. Damn, we got a lot of shit on here.
I told you.
No More Tears from Dakota Wine. For a newer toss-up between Straight to Hell and Ordinary Man. Let's see, I think that's just some bouncing around. Let's see, Chuck Colmer, more of a pop song, I think, but Other Side, I think that's the name of it.
No,
See You on the Other
See
Side, yeah. Let's see. Oh, then we got on to all the ones we've already said, so I think that's it.
But it was
Well, that was a lot. There's
everybody joined in. That was awesome.
we like crowd participation.
Yeah, and that shows Ozzy's the man. I mean, if that don't tell you, that was.
You got all these YouTubers and Facebook and any of these social media outlets. You got all these influencers, but music is the true influencer.
And also, I've been posting on Facebook the questions for all the stuff we do. So come on over to the Facebook group. It's Hop Smell Show group. Just ask to join. It's a good group. Jerry posts stuff all the time, and Fred, and
Oh, there's everybody. I mean,
well, not Fred, but Tony, and
yeah.
everybody's. It's a good group of people. We always talk about music. You hear a lot of stuff you never heard, or you hear stuff that you forgot about, or anniversaries for stuff, or any stuff. But it's on Hop Smell Show group. So just come on over, and like I said, we're posting stuff. We're doing future show ideas and this and that. And we even got some this and
We
that.
have a new this and that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be posted this before this or after that, but
It'll be up
posted.
there.
All right, so now I'm gonna tell a little story.
Are you going to unleash?
I don't remember. I should have looked it up. Back in Randy's basement, we talked about it earlier in this episode here. We talked about doing the Jakey Lee years. And when we talked about doing this episode, I was like, man, I thought we already done something Ozzy related. And then when I looked back, I went and did the old research, went back, it was in Mr. Hartman's basement. We did the Jakey Lee years.
Hey, in
and
case y'all don't know, speaking of this is where it all started.
Yep.
This is
In the
he was a
basement.
big part of when this
Yeah.
started.
Yep. So
Appreciate it.
I mentioned that I came across this article here, this piece of classic history.
And you're really building this up.
I am. I got to. I'm
Billy's gonna
yeah,
hold
yeah. Billy, Billy
Yeah,
would
if
love
our
to be here.
yeah, because Bill, we've done discussed if Billy was still with us.
He would have bought this off
Yeah.
of me
Are he-
before I left.
Yeah, money had been no object for this.
So
for Billy.
if anybody had been watching us since like 2 years ago, whatever it's been, may have remembered me talking about this, and I came across it in my basement. But I was like, when we talked about this, I said, I told you yet last night at work, I was like, I need to find this thing.
And he found it.
And I found it. There it is. The Ozzy Bark at the Moon doll.
It's badass.
It's bad. It used to, I think the batteries are pretty well shot in it, but it used to be you pushed on him and it sang what it says, audio remix of Bark at the Moon, but
Batteries are dead,
this was
but it's still freaking
it's
rocks.
still in the box, never been out of the box. It says it's a limited edition of 50,000, but
But you said you remember it.
Oh yeah, Spencer's.
See, I don't. The only one like I said, the only one I've ever seen is the one he has.
and
Yeah,
I think
that
I
was-
got
that
it
was
on
that.
clearance. It said it was $40 and whatever. I guess it was Music Land back then, maybe. I don't remember. if it
Sam
was
Goody
Music-
or-
I don't know.
Chris, there you go.
There you go, Chris.
'Cause-
Did you have this in your store? If not, it was in Spencer's, one of the two.
One of the two.
But I'm pretty sure it was Music Land. But I think it was on clearance, and I ended up buying it. I was like, I'm not gonna let that sit and somebody else
Then it wouldn't be in
take
your
over.
basement.
Yeah, it wouldn't be in my basement, boxed up for freaking 20 years or whatever it's been.
Billy would stole it from you.
Yeah, Billy would have been proud. He would have, because you've said he did not have that in his collection.
And if anybody knew Billy, Mike Hardesty will tell you. He said last weekend, Ozzy and the Lamberts was mentioned in the same
Yeah,
sentence.
Yeah.
So-
if it was Ozzy related, he had it.
Yeah, the weirdest thing is, I'm the one that got Billy started on Ozzy.
Yeah.
He knew who Ozzy even was.
But even at the end, it's like when you talk to Jerry, you could talk about our stuff. But when you talk to Billy, Ozzy was here and everybody else is down
Yeah.
here.
There
Well,
was no crater.
He still wanted to get a band. he wanted to have King Diamond and Ozzy arm wrestling with Ozzy with a slight edge.
I remember talking about it. He wanted it on that shirt.
Yeah,
Airbrushed.
airbrush.
Yep. I remember that.
That is cool.
We did talked about that at Roman Pizza that day.
Yep.
I remember that.
So, like I said, we gave our audience on Facebook and YouTube, they had it really hard because they had to do
They had
one, but
one.
we had to do five.
Big five.
And these guys, well, this guy
That was
especially,
spur of the moment.
yeah, his
for
was
him.
flying by the seat of
Well,
pants,
actually,
which
me
is the
too.
way we
Yeah,
operate.
Yeah, that's right. Because we asked
know
you,
them
like,
all.
can you do it real quick?
Yeah.
String knows it's
not a
seat of the
problem.
pants
Yeah,
this whole
it's-
show. It's
Not
been
a problem.
It wasn't for us, you and I anyway. It was
We're all up
for
here.
them.
What's left up here?
so.
We got enough. That's all.
got
that
And when I did mine, there's no certain order.
Yeah,
I mean,
mine's- I don't know. I could probably maybe pin down to my number one. Maybe I don't know. It's hard.
well,
Oh,
maybe I
great
just do my backwards. If I do them backwards, they'll be pretty close to. Because my number one, the number one I got on my playlist is probably my number one Ozzy song. But so y'all
You
just start off.
You already started. So.
So number 5, Suicide Solution. It's Randy Rhoads' song. Actually has nothing to do with suicide. It's about drinking yourself
Nope.
to death. It's dedication with Bon Scott.
Yep.
I mean, so the song was way interpreted, way wrong, probably still to this day. But if you know the history behind the song, you know that it was wrote about Bon Scott, and you've seen the ultimatum with Bon Scott. I mean, he pretty much drank himself to death, which is sad. I mean, Bon Scott was freaking awesome, but yeah, that was my number 5, Suicide Solution. You up, Randy?
Yeah. I'm going to do something different than one mentioned. My number 5 is Life Won't Wait. No one talks about it. It's a great song. It's a good video and something a little bit more recent.
It's a pretty powerful song,
It is.
too.
I really like that song.
It's a very powerful song.
It's a,
Actually, a lot of people, probably a few people might know that's one of the songs I chose for Billy's funeral.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I remember
right, I
hearing
remember
it there, and it's like, I think I went and watched the video after that. 'Cause I
Actually,
did,
even the funeral director goes, I've never even heard of this.
yeah.
It's a great song.
I
It is.
thought I've heard of everything, but I've never even heard
It
of
is and it was like, it was a very powerful song, and then after the whole Billy thing, it was kind of like the song, it took the song to a whole nother level then, which was awesome. I mean, not awesome, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Brought a whole new meaning to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That song has a special place for me now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right, my number 5 is going to be Little Dolls.
Wow.
But not this little doll. That's my little doll.
That's a big dog.
No,
That's a big dog.
expect Billy to be haunting you later.
That's right.
It's going to be his little doll. That's all I know.
And it actually said collectible rock doll.
Collectible rock dog.
Doll. It actually.
Actually,
said
I don't know if you remember or not. I want to say I was back in 8th grade. They actually had folders made.
Yeah.
There
At
was
Roses.
There was a Molly Crew Shout the Devil and Ozzy Bark the Moon. It was just a folder. It was just-
the
Like
what was
a Trapper
well,
Keeper.
The Trapper Keeper. Yeah, but the mead was it mead?
These were just individual folders.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the brand was mead or something. It was
It
like,
might have been.
remember getting
It was just
each
you
got
opened
one
it up.
each.
You had a little pocket on each.
I'd
side.
never
Yeah.
seen them
Something.
till, I remember them in high
We-
school.
We got them at
You know.
Kmart. I remember getting them at Kmart.
Because I remember seeing them at Roses, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure they was
Actually, I
Kennedy.
still
I
remember
remember.
the teacher when she see my picture. She goes, "What the hell is that?" He's like, "It's Oz."
But it's hard to tell what them things are worth now.
I have not seen
See,
one.
I haven't seen none either.
I've looked on eBay for them. No one has them.
Yeah, they're probably-
long gone. Yeah, I doubt any of those survived because I mean, you bought them to use.
Yeah.
That wasn't like
Yeah.
collectible. That was you bought it because you wanted to show it off at school.
You damn Skippy.
Hell yeah, that's what you bought it for.
I
So
use that. I think I went to I think I used the Bark the Moon one for an actually a paper that we had to write, and I used that folder to turn it in.
there you go. And did you get it back?
Well, hell yeah, I got it back.
All right. But you lost it along the
No,
way.
they probably got old and torn.
Well, that's what I'm
Just
saying.
worn
It
out.
got lost along the way somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's what happened to all of them. I mean, if you used them at school, they just broke down and it deteriorates.
Kind of wish they made pencils like they did the NFL teams.
Yeah.
Like Ozzy, Molly Craig.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That-
There's a market for it. Make it happen.
There you go.
Make it happen.
You work enough overtime. You can.
There you go.
You buy enough
You can
shirts,
sponsor
can
it.
do
Yeah, I do buy that shirt. God, shoot, some of these shirts I bought.
But they're good
I
shirts.
probably done spend like
Keep going.
$2,000.
Yeah,
just in shirts alone.
I've
In
got-
past
But it's what
hobby.
you're passionate about.
6
So that's
months.
what's
And
that.
they're great shirts too, by the way.
and they're all from all over the world.
That's right.
Bulgaria, Australia, England, Mexico, Canada. Damn it, that shipping kicks your ass now.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Damn, shipping kicks my ass.
That's why you spent more on shipping than you probably did in shirts.
Yeah.
I can believe it.
All right.
I was like tonight, I didn't know what shirt to wear. There's a lot of them I haven't even touched yet.
You have to wear it well.
I-
I'm not gonna say that because that's all. I got to keep quiet about that for a while. Anyway, I'm trying to go 5-1. I'm going Miracle Man as my number 5. Great song, Zach Wild.
I'll say it's Zach.
Yeah, I'm going that. It's
You want to
for
say
me. I mean, I love Jakey, but for me, Zach.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of when I started really catching hold of Ozzy stuff and watching videos and stuff. That's when he just got within
He
the
made me
band.
like Ozzy even
He's just
more.
like the pigs running out of the church. That's what
Yeah,
I love.
yeah.
And Ozzy trying to fuck.
I mean, I like bacon.
Hey,
I like bacon, sausage, ham.
Yeah,
I
but-
like it all.
you might get that Pete Dawson who's trying to fuck in the church too.
I don't know if I'm going there, but anyway, I'm going Miracle Man. That's my number 5.
Rock. All right, so my number 4, gonna go with Derek and Josh. I'm going with a little Shot in the Dark.
Yeah.
Don't really know. Maybe you can explain this, but I know there's like some deal behind that song that the writing credits for that song.
Phil Sassoon wrote it, and Ozzy claimed it. Well, I got a feeling Sharon had more to do with it than Ozzy.
No, I don't believe that.
That they pretty much made him sound like they did Jakey Lee, sign it over. And things didn't go very well. That's why Phil Sassoon wasn't a bass player after that album.
But
To
they,
this
Sound
day,
familiar?
you don't see the video. That's what me and him were talking about.
Yeah.
even to this day, like like when Brand Castillo died, Phil Sassoon showed up at the funeral. They almost had a fight break out there because of Phil Sassoon and Sharon.
But what I still take away from that's an awesome song. Shot in the Dark. I mean, I think it's definitely a chart topper for Ultimate Sin.
It's a great video too.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, it was probably one of my, if it wasn't the first song that drawed me into Ozzy, it was right up there. I mean, because when I remember hearing that, I'm like, God, this is such an awesome song. And and then when I went in there and explored all this, I'm like, God, man, he has got so much stuff. But you still got to give love. I still got to give love that song because that song took me to explore Ozzy. So it's all you, Randy.
Right. 4, Miracle Man. Track
we
1
go.
off No Rest for the Wicked.
Yeah, this is
Just
a
that
good one.
opening heavy guitar riff and introduced the whole world to a very young, talented player by the name of Zach Wild at that time.
To this day,
To
still
this day.
the
It's a
man.
great record, and I heard Ozzy doesn't even remember recording it. That's the sad part.
Well, he don't even.
You
What
know.
else? Is that the one where Zach went in and warmed up, and Zach's like, I mean, Ozzy's like, you're hired, and Zach was like, I don't know if I was really that good or.
Well, you're the man on that one.
Yeah,
That sounds something like what Jakey Lee and George Lynch.
maybe. Yeah, maybe. And Randy, maybe all of them were like just warming up. And
Yeah, that's a great song.
It is.
From a
Good
great
song.
record.
and y'all are right. I mean, that's opening.
Oh yeah.
Just
heavy.
even just the first riff.
Yeah. He got really heavy on that one, and 4-star on the artwork. The King of Metal had a throne to sit on that album. He deserved it. That's a great one. There were some great shirts for that.
Yeah.
RNS, rather. Those are good shirts. Good record. Good record.
Yeah, Zach was a great fit. I mean, you would ever thought when you went from Randy, which was great, and then you brought in Jakey, which was great. You're like, God, how can he do it again? And he done it.
Yeah.
He brought in Zach, and it's like, didn't miss a beat, really.
This is number, which one?
This is number 4.
Four. I posted this one today. Ozzy Tonight.
Cool tune.
That then, it's slower, but I kind of like the lyrics to it and the music to it. It's like still Randy Rhoads. We done had that conversation.
Yeah.
When it comes to Randy, he's like, it's kind of hard to top with everything he did.
Well, it is. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like when we talked about this, this or that, and we talked about, I think Love went with Randy, and the rest of us went with Zach. And I think it's like me and Hardy were saying, that's what we were in our prime, metal-wise. Zach was already there. And you're like, and I've always said, you're way ahead of us.
Yeah.
So, Randy's probably your first exposure to Ozzy.
Yeah.
And really, I knew Jakey, but to really get into metal, it was Zach. And it's still, to this day, it's still Zach. He is so important to metal right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. My number 4, man, I don't know. This is hard. I'm trying to put them in order. I'm gonna go Bark at the Moon. I gotta have my Jakey Love. I had to put him in the list. And great song.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. It's a classic. I mean,
It's really, that song is probably leaps and bounds better than the rest of the album.
yeah.
I mean, the rest of the album's decent, but man, how do you top Bark the Moon?
Center of Eternity.
Nah. I think me personally, I think Bark the Moon is the gem on that album. Me by far.
Yeah.
I mean, Rock and Roll Rebel's good. I mean, there's some good tracks, but man, Bark the Moon is just Bark the Moon. I mean, even the video's good. It's kind of generic now
It's kinda
with all the
cheesy now when
technology.
you go back and look at it,
but at the
yeah.
time, that was probably some big stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's just like your dog.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Him doing all the FX stuff on it would never even get accomplished till, I don't even think anybody ever did something like that.
Music
But I
related,
guess Michael Jackson will probably be the closest.
Thriller.
Yeah, maybe Thriller. That's
Yeah, probably.
Maybe the closest
Yeah,
to
I
FX
mean-
stuff.
I don't really know what.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really. I don't know. I mean, I remember watching a lot of videos back then, but.
But
don't
none
know.
got they, like,
And see, that's the thing. At that point, I don't know that I was watching a lot of metal videos during that time.
Because we was still on Friday night
Yeah, because
videos.
then there was not a lot of that kind of stuff going on. And I remember watching a lot of the more hair metal stuff, but I don't remember a lot of the heavier stuff being played during those.
No,
videos.
if you got
it was a lot of like Guns N' Roses. I remember watching Tora.
If you got that, you were hitting record.
Yeah,
if you saw that
Poison,
on
it was a lot
Friday
of
night
the-
or Night Flight or
Yeah, Night Flight. I mean, there was a lot of that shit.
The first two metal videos I ever seen was Kruger's Midnight
Maniac.
Maniac and YNT Don't Stop Running.
I thought
First
you were going to say
two Friday Night
Summertime
Videos.
Girls.
Yeah, so if you go back that far as like that kind of editing and the graphics wise of it, yeah, I don't know.
It was
it would probably be
For its
First
time,
one.
I'd say it's probably pretty advanced.
yeah.
Because most of the beats are like cheesy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to do
Or
the,
just straightforward like concert
yeah,
footage or
but the FX stuff,
yeah. I would say that would probably be pretty close up there.
All right, so am I on to number 3?
Number 3 while Cinderella's playing.
All right, so we're going to the album No Rest for the Wicked.
Pat's Chili Dogs.
We ain't doing no Pat's. We ain't doing no Pat's Chili Dogs. I remember the last time I guess I discussed this song is Randy had his barbecue bash, and both the Lamberts were there, and me and Billy were talking. We was talking.
He was talking. He was arguing.
No, he wasn't even arguing because Billy always told me there's not a bad Ozzy tune. He said they all rule.
Pretty much, yeah.
But I always told him my favorite song on No Rest for the Wicked was Fire in the Sky. And I love that song. It's not a song that gets talked about a lot, but I think that's a good song. So that's my number 3 pick is Fire in the Sky.
So, well, up. Okay.
So you're up. I ain't got no more to say about that.
3.
I'm done.
I'm done. The Ultimate Sin.
Oh, yeah.
That title track and the opening of that album, my God, is
Yeah. That's a pretty strong song. It's a
strong
That
song.
almost made my list.
And one hell of a funny ass video.
Is that the one where he's got
That's the one he has those
socks?
socks and it's
Yeah.
Ozzy
Polka
oil
dots.
outside the building.
We talked about that in that original video.
Yes.
He
That
actually
is
brought it up.
Got
That
them
is
horses.
the
and-
horses, and he watches himself on TV in the limo and he cheers himself on. I loved it. That album does not have a single bad track on it at all.
Nah.
Not a one. And if we ever did one on favorite album covers by this man, I'm putting that up number 1. That's just beautiful.
Yeah, and I forget, we had talked about this. We talked about the Ultimate Sin. Somewhere along the way, Clint is Murky.
Oh,
He had told me who the artist was. I can't remember who it was now that did the artwork for Ultimate Sin. It's like, wow, you knew that. That's like one of them random things that you never hear, like such and such did the artwork for the Ultimate Sin. But I was like, I guess something I'll never forget. But I agree with him. I mean, the artwork's phenomenal for the Ultimate Sin.
Yeah.
We got crew in the
Number 3.
background now.
Right.
Yeah,
lost
I got
count.
it's like a thing top of my head here. I'll say Devil's Daughter.
Good one. Another one off.
Yeah.
The rest.
Wow. I didn't even guess that.
I told you I would be the oddball.
That's
He's
a good
out,
song.
he's
I
out the
mean,
box,
Yeah.
man.
That's a good song.
But the speed and the guitar work on that thing, incredible.
Well, it's like guitar work on all of them's freaking incredible. It seems
Yeah.
like that's kind of where that's why my number 2's where it's at. But all right, so what you got, String?
I think I'm going, out of my last 3, I'm going to go Mama, I'm Coming Home. And that song, man, every time he plays it live, I get the cold chills.
The solo.
Because everybody, well, the solo too, but everybody's singing along, and it's just, I don't know, it's just always, that song always gets me live. And, I mean, I don't know how many times I've heard it, through all the Ozfests I've been to. And
I think actually, you can back me up on this. Did Zach bring that table? That's his song, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's his.
I think it is his.
Now the other one that I played Billy's funeral.
Yep. That's, I mean, it's a damn good song.
He is right though. I mean, it's like, it's iconic.
Yeah.
That song is very the people that named that song just said how iconic it is. I mean, it's right up there. I think when I went to Spotify, it's like Crazy Train was like some God unknown name.
Yeah.
But Mama, I'm Coming Home was second song, but like most streamed.
I mean, it's just one of those songs, man. It's a great song, but there's very few songs that I get like chill bumps on my arms just when I hear it live.
Yeah.
And it's just that's one of them.
Definitely a good one. All right, so I'm going number 2.
Going
Bark at the
number 2,
Moon.
The bathroom's over there, buddy.
Now we're going number 2 on the Spotify list, playlist.
That'll be what the Ozzy shirt him sitting on the toilet.
Yeah, there you go.
All right,
Smiley
so-
face on his knee.
So we're going with Bark at the Moon.
Bark at the Moon.
I picked Bark at the Moon, and I'll never forget this. We went to an Ozfest, and Love was riding bike, and he said, "Have you ever really thought about the solo on Bark at the Moon?" He's like, "I swear that's leftover Randy Rhoads solo." And if you go back and listen to it, that solo, but that solo is killer.
Yeah.
The solo on Bark the Moon is badass. And it's like y'all was talking about. The video is cool for its time. I still enjoy watching it, even though it is very dated. But the song is it's a great song. I mean, I really can't say no more about why I picked that.
And I gotta say, Shadows Fall did a damn good
Yeah.
cover of that song.
They even did a damn good video.
Yeah, and it kept it pretty much true to
Yeah.
the original. A lot more updated version. Listen,
Crazy Train.
Crazy Train's playing. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why they did that. I mean, 'cause
Yeah, because this song is iconic. Number 2, brother.
Crazy Train.
And you know,
That's just crazy that happened. That's
Yeah.
playing.
that is crazy. But it's like we was saying, where do you not hear this song? This is one of them songs you hear everywhere. Sporting events, shows, it don't matter. Everybody knows what Crazy Train is. I mean, that is an iconic song.
From an iconic album, Blizzard
I'm
of
going to
Oz.
jump you because I know your number 2 is not going to be the same, but my number 2 is Crazy Train too. So I'm just going while we're on that subject, which I know you're saying.
Mine's Desire.
Cool song.
Another good song.
And what I like about yours is because I know how big of an Ozzy fan you are, so we're getting deep tracks, which is cool.
Yep.
Because
My number 1 is kind of like,
it's not a deep track.
It's 2 of them. It's not a deep track.
Yeah, yours are definitely going to be different from.
I told you it was going to be.
All right,
Now,
so
Billy's would be a whole different ball game.
we doing number 1.
Number 1,
Drum roll.
drum roll, please.
There's no doubt about it.
I
Hands
think we're on
down.
the same page.
Hands down, no more tears.
Yeah.
No more
That's
tears
my number 1.
is what Kevin said. Greatest solo ever made. I think I love every time I hear a solo. It's like he said, cold chills. The song, the video. I think it's just the perfect song. I mean, it is Ozzy up and down. I mean, no more tears. The girl, because I was telling somebody at work, I said, even the video where the girl's sitting on the chair, she just cries, and the tears just fill up the room with water, and it's like that's just a tidbit of how great that song is. So that's my number 1, no more tears, and that's my true number 1. Even
And out of my list, I'm just going to jump everybody too because that's my number 1, and I'm right there with you. That was going to be my number 1. However it was going to be.
yeah, and that's pretty much it. It was the first one I put in the playlist.
That
It
was
was
at the top of my list, and I'm like, as I went through, and I was like, either way, this is.
yeah. I knew it wasn't getting omitted. There was no way it was
that
getting
was
kicked
definitely
out.
getting in the list.
Number 1, Randy.
Mama, I'm Coming Home.
There you go.
It's a special song. It makes me think of my mom, who's in a nursing home. And it makes me think of this man's brother right here. So it's a very, very special song to me. So, and I love it to death. Mama, I'm Coming Home.
Well wrote song. I mean, it's an iconic song too. I mean, it wouldn't be number 2 streamed on Spotify below
right.
Crazy Train if it
And
wasn't a good
still,
song.
every time I go to the gym and they got that Radio 1, when it's 2 for Tuesdays, like it's 2 Ozzy songs, that's always one of them. You can just set your watch by it.
Yeah.
It should be. It's a classic and it's a great one from a great album.
I'm kind of curious. Here we go.
Yes, you're the last. You're the last in
You're going to be
line.
held on this.
It's Dio. It's Dio time.
No, I was going to do that play together.
No, but you're the last in line.
Well, fuck that. I'm jumping the line. I'm going to be first. Fuck that. I guess mine's going to be I Don't Want to Change the World.
What was your runner up? Because you said you had 2.
Well, Actually, 3.
Oh, all right, give them both.
Waiting for Darkness
Okay.
and Hero.
See, that's what I like. I mean, he is.
It's
It's deep tracks. Because if we was doing a Motley Crue, that's the way it'd be. I'd be like deep like you are in Ozzy. I mean, it's the deep tracks that's what makes it cool.
And again, there's no wrong
No.
answers because it's what you like and not
Even Party with the Animals kind of slips a little bit too.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's a B side, and still, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
Waiting for
hey,
the B-side.
there is one. There is called one
With the
B
B-side,
side.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
One B side is
That's
B side Bark the Moon.
Yep.
yeah, there was yeah, because when we did that Jakey Lee thing, we did the Wikipedia, and it was like all
Yep,
weird.
One of the B side.
one up the B side.
But now Billy was here. Billy, like I said, Bloodbath in Paradise.
Damn good song.
Yeah.
Damn good song.
No rest. I
What's that
mean,
song about? You remember?
Charles Manson.
Charlie Manson.
Charles Manson.
so basically, at the end of the day, we basically said Ozzy rules, and Ozzy has a lot of good songs.
And he likes to bark at the moon.
Yeah,
He does.
I mean, and we even dug
Yeah,
stuff later in his career, which was cool. I mean, but I mean, it's kind of like when we talk about Metallica. I mean, when you get into it, it's the early stuff that is really what draws you in,
Yeah.
and then you get Explorer, and then you find all kinds of cool stuff. But if there would be no Crazy Train to pull you in, or Mama I'm Coming Home to explore all this
I
other
do
stuff.
remember that video, Crazy Train. I mean, I don't remember which video outlet it was on, but it was in Night Tracks or one of those. But I remember that
Was it the
one.
tribute? Golly, when
Yeah,
they,
They
tribute
still play
version.
that on Metal
Yeah.
Mania every Friday night.
Yeah, it was that version, but I remember seeing that so many times. I mean,
just Ozzy standing on them railroad tracks.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
guitar going down
Yeah.
the track, and
The
that
purple- the
stupid
polka
hair he
dotted-
had then.
The polka dotted
Yeah.
flying V.
yep. But it's very.
You remember?
yeah. I
That
think-
spike thing he had?
Actually, I remember Billy one time. He used to like his hair done like the Ultimate Sin.
Oh, that frosted thing.
Yeah.
Frosted tips.
Actually, I still got something else I got to do if I can find somebody to do it yet. When I told you I would do my hair like the Japanese ones.
Ex-Japan.
They did like EZO, different
go.
colors and shit.
You're gonna be on the show.
Actually, if I can find somebody to do it, yeah.
You'll be all right. We'll have them do it live.
Hey, I don't
that'll be an
mind.
episode in itself. Just doing your hair like that.
I think you can pull it off. That and one of Ozzy's gowns from that era, I think that's you, man.
With the doves coming
with,
out.
yeah, with the doves, I think you got it going
There
on.
you go. We got an episode right there.
I'm
Bam.
not, hey, I'm not kind of hungry for any doves. or bad either.
All right,
Rat
so
meat's not in your diet.
Nah, and neither is supposedly the rumor that Ozzy and Alice Cooper had like a grow shop thing, like the Molly Crew.
Like a Molly Crew thing.
But it went a little further than what Molly Crew had done. I think Alice
snorting
Cooper
pants.
Alice Cooper had to take a bite of a piece of his shit, and Ozzy had to drink
Oh my God.
his puke.
Oh,
They-
damn.
What's the word?
It's a
I don't
rumor.
know.
Yeah, it was a rumor, but like I said, who knows?
only
Is that like Marilyn
Alice
Manson?
Cooper and Ozzy Osbourne know.
Yep. Ain't nobody gonna do shit.
Literally.
No.
Damn.
Yes.
All right, guys, y'all want to wrap this
Yeah,
up? We're already
very
in.
long on this one.
Yeah, but I guess comment section. Shoot your. If you got more Ozzy tunes or an
You got
Ozzy
top
story.
5 or top 1?
Yeah, or if you got a
If
cool
you got-
Ozzy story. Fred's probably got a cool Ozzy story.
sure he
He
does.
seems to have a lot of cool stories. All right, so y'all ready to roll? It's the clicker time. Shreddy, you
out.
gonna bring out that again?
We're gonna bark out. I'm gonna cover.
Y'all stay safe, stay strong. Till next time.
Thanks, Brandon.
Later, y'all.